This channel does not promote any violent, harmful, or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for an educational purpose only.
May I take?
Yes.
On the last occasion, our brief interbranch. I had made out the case to that effect that the seats reserved basically for implementation of 15% of horizontal reservation. That is the case. I have shown to your lordships that there were 960 seats in respective category that goes down to 1800 seats. That will be appearing from there. In their affidavit, that is what I wanted to draw your lordships' kind attention. In their affidavit in opposition, they have said that they have requisitioned candidates at the rate of 1:5, but not in respect of horizontal vacancies. That is the stand they have taken. Kindly takes the affidavit in opposition once. And thereafter, I'll draw your lordships' kind attention to the rules. Paragraph 11, page 11. Page 11.
L.
Yes, L. West Bengal Police Recruitment Board has decided to keep the cutoff score of the candidates to be considered under horizontal category for each vertical category 6.5 marks less than the cutoff score of its normal vertical category for shortlisting them for physical measurement test and physical efficiency test, so that all horizontal category candidates are treated as equal within their vertical category. This is erroneous. I will substantiate that subsequently, but before going there, I should meet your lordship's query. The West Bengal Police Recruitment Board decided to call approximately 5 times of the total vacancy under each vertical category for physical measurement test, physical efficiency test, full stop. Accordingly, the board had fixed cutoff marks of score of your category in such way that its cutoff remained higher than the cutoff score of the other vertical reservations. Then board tried to accommodate one horizontal category candidate under the UR category, said by removing the last selected pure UR category candidate from the list, and so on, keeping his stroke her their cutoff marks in such a way that it remained higher than the other vertical reserve categories. Reason behind was that UR horizontal category candidate is firstly a UR category, and the candidate score must be higher than the cutoff score of the other vertical category candidates, but would be lesser than the normal UR category candidates. Less horizontal vacancies of all categories would be differentiated and would not be compartmentalized vacancy. Now, since they have conducted and done this particular exercise at this stage of inception, that is why I had drawn your lordship's kind attention to Saurabh Jadhav, saying that they have erroneously done this. They should have done in accordance with the Saurabh Jadhav, that is preparation of the merit list first, thereafter go down, pick up the horizontal reservation, and thereafter so on, so forth, as decided by Saurabh Jadhav. On the last occasion, I didn't show your lordship this paragraph, so therefore it was, my lord, the query of the honorable court that whether the exercise of Saurabh Jadhav should be conducted at this first stage itself or whether it should be conducted subsequently. Why I have submitted that it should be conducted at the first inception? Because they have done this exercise at the inception itself. This may not have been done. They ought to have called 1:5 ratio in respect of all categories, and thereafter that would have been, my lord, illogical. Now kindly comes to the rules. Because admittedly, I am trying to, my lord, substantiate before a lordship also that the following that Manjusri, my lord, all the cases that if there is any cutoff marks fixed for written examination, it has to be fixed and made known to the candidates that this is the cutoff marks. You have to score these marks to go to the next level, which has not been done. Admittedly, they have done this entire exercise after the examination. That is erroneous. There are judgments, lordship also knows, but prior to that, may I just show the rules. Kindly comes to page 49.
Rule
Method of
49.
Yes,
Where
rules.
do I get that?
Writ petition, page 40.
Petition, page 49.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Now, last line would be relevant, but still, may I just read out? 5A, written examination.
Mm-hmm.
Applicants provisionally considered eligible will be called for written examination. Written examination will be OMR based MCQ. The duration of written examination will be 1 hour. The scheme, syllabus, date, venue, such and such, such and such. I'm skipping over for each incorrect, 1.4 negative. And they're relying upon the board will have the discretion to fix qualifying marks in the written examination for shortlisting candidates for the next stage of selection, that is physical measurement test. Now, my lord, here also it has struck your lordship then that whether we are compromising in merit or not, it has fallen from your lordship. Now, in respect of that, we have to consider also that this recruitment is for constable. So the main efficiency would be the physical efficiencies, measurements, thereafter the my lord, the run in the field, that is PET, and thereafter PMT, PET thereafter. So therefore, in this, the merit has to be judged taking into account the physical efficiency also. If a person, say for instance, is very good in studies, qualified, goes to the physical measurement test and his chest is not in accordance with the rules, or he cannot run the particular period for which the test is given, then what will happen is that, say for instance, 5 candidates qualify on the basis of good academic career.
Merit, written test.
Merit is, I am not saying merit is written test. My contention is physical measurement and physical PET, PMT.
Also merit. All right. So in the written examination, 85.
This is
a candidate is very good.
My lord.
A candidate where you are submitting, somebody is very good in the written examination,
Yes,
but fails in the next.
So therefore, that candidate is
Out.
So what happens is that I am already out because I have been shortlisted.
Because you could not qualify in the 85 marks.
Yes, shortlisted, not qualification. Now kindly reads on. Requirements of the agency, may I just skip over? C. A limited number of candidates, 1:5 that they have admitted, will be shortlisted on the basis of the marks obtained in the written examination for physical measurement test, which will be qualifying in nature. Kindly see, the first is shortlisting, not qualification in nature. So therefore, point is that they at the outset cannot just take me out of the zone of consideration and out of the field. What they have erroneously done is that they have construed shortlisting as the qualifying criteria, which is in respect of the second criteria. Kindly see, the qualifying in nature word appears in next stage.
No, in the first one also.
No, my lord, first one, kindly see.
The
Board will have the discretion. My lord is reading where? My lord. Board will have the discretion to fix qualifying marks in the written examination for shortlisting. The entire is for shortlisting. When shortlisting is done, when there are several candidates applicable. If I would have understood, they have already taken 1:5, that is 1800 into 5, 9,000. 9,000. Say for instance, they have taken into account 20,000. Then there would be shortlisting, because they have to lower the number of persons and have to come to the 1:5 ratio. So therefore, the PET and PMT can be done in an organized manner. There are no overcrowding. These are the things which are all considered and which they are entitled to consider. At that relevant point of time, shortlisting, yes, but that is not for qualification. Kindly see, otherwise the rule wouldn't have said qualifying. Limited number of candidates will be shortlisted on the basis of the marks obtained in the written examination for physical measurement test, which will be of qualifying in nature. The candidates must meet the minimum physical standards as mentioned below. Chest and all these things which is there. Thereafter, kindly comes to next page, B, physical efficiency test. The candidates who have passed PMT, page 51, will be called for PET, which is also qualifying in nature. Means PET, PMT and PET are qualifying in nature. So I have to go to that level. If I do not qualify, then only I'll be disqualified. But here, by the guise of shortlisting, without following the procedure, because they have followed a procedure, I would have understood that the procedure has merely been followed for shortlisting without application of mind of horizontal reservation and vertical reservation. Why I had drawn your lordship's kind attention to Saurav Jadhav straightway? Because this was while doing this shortlisting, they had in their mind that shortlisting has to be done for implementing of horizontal reservation, which is contrary to Saurav Jadhav. But my lord, since your lordship is of the view that first part has to be overcome first, so therefore I am making this submission. So therefore, PMT and PET are the qualifying. Now they have erroneously done the shortlisting, and shortlisting also they have fixed the cutoff marks after the examination. That also I will try to substantiate before your lordship by authorities, that if they want to, this Manjusri is very much established. Now that has been reiterated, upheld by the 5 judges bench, that law laid down by Manjusri is appropriate law. Now after this interview comes, and thereafter reservation and all these things. Kindly sees the physical efficiency test and everything. While saying everything, we have to bear in mind that we are considering a recruitment process not of judicial officers but of constables, in respect of whom the physical efficiency is the main criteria, in my humble submission. Now kindly sees who are the petitioners before a lordship. The petitioners before a lordship are, my lord, the persons who are already in service. Now my lord, kindly sees in service and contractual service, NVF and civic volunteers. Now kindly sees home guards, NVFs and all these things. I have annexed the Home Guard Act also, where lordship would find that we have taken all the training and all these things. Now kindly comes to the cutoff now, which has been published in the notification. It was previously also there. Kindly comes to page 120. Kindly sees with whom we are required to compete. The UR category is 48.50. Now the EC category are fresh candidates, exempted category. We are made to be held equal with the EC category candidates. NVF, Home Guard, ex-servicemen, civic volunteers, village police volunteers, and meritorious sports person, MSP. So meritorious sports person, EC candidates, these are all fresh candidates. They are not doing duty for 18 hours a day. They have time to study. And only for giving this kind of leverage to persons who are there in service, this 15% reservation has been introduced. What is the purpose of 15% reservation? So that persons who are already, who know what can be done, what are the requirements, what are the difficulties in the service because of the long service hours and the schedule of service. So these reservations are there. Otherwise, there was no point of any voluntary horizontal reservations. So the object of these horizontal reservations are taking into account their service. But we are being made to compete with EC category, MSP category. Same is in respect of the other EWS also, same. Scheduled caste also same. EC category and other categories are also there. So therefore, in all horizontal categories, EC is there. So therefore, we are being made to compete with persons who are fresh. And on what basis? On the basis of a purported shortlisting exercise, and that also upon fixing a cutoff marks which is post examination, which is appearing from their affidavit itself. So 3 points at the outset. First is shortlisting. It is not elimination. There were several candidates. Now what has happened in the last is that point koto percent amra peyechi 0.6%. Yes. I have given a calculation at page 123, which is the basis. Kindly sees how many numbers have been called in respect of the horizontal reserve category candidates, because it is at the outset. Your category seats were 1200. Candidates in the list were 7000 such and such. Now these persons might again fail in the subsequent process. Your EC seats 1400 something, candidates in the list 1200. Your Home Guard and NVF 690, the figure that I am 960, which I am saying, only 6 candidates. So it is 0.06. But in their affidavit, they are saying in respect of vacancies, they are calling 1:5. 1:5 is only in their affidavit. It is not in the rules. So from their affidavit, I have come to know that there is 1:5 ratio that they have followed. Though it was appearing from the calculations, but it is admitted now that 1:5 is being called. So therefore, while calling 1:5, what prompted them at the outset to take us out of the zone of consideration? That is the arbitrariness. That is the erroneous conception that they have proceeded upon. Now what is the erroneous conception? They in their affidavit have taken a specific stand that for implementing horizontal reservation, we have done this. That is their stand in paragraph L, because otherwise there wouldn't have been, they have not said that for taking away the non-meritorious candidates, we have implemented this. They could have said so, but they have taken a specific stand that for implementing horizontal reservation, this was done and the cutoff marks have been fixed. That is why this is straight away hit by Saurabh Jadhav. Because Saurabh Jadhav, if your lordship wants, I can reiterate again. But prior to that, I'll go to the other pronouncements and thereafter come to Saurabh Jadhav again. Now, my lord, to substantiate, first is Manjushree, which has been reiterated and again.
Prior to going to Manjushree, page 49, you read out written examination.
My lord,
Parts, please come. 1 minute.
Yes. 49.
Page 49, the
Yes.
method of recruitment. Written examination, maximum is 85 marks, right?
Just a minute. Page 49.
49, you read out written examination.
Yes. In bold, I was keeping. Yes.
Written examination is 85.
Yes.
And there they have mentioned that they have a discretion to fix qualifying marks.
For shortlisting.
Any reason for they'll fix a qualifying marks. What is the marks for the PMT and PET? No marks?
PMT and PET, no marks. This is kindly, may I just read?
Only to be eligible for PMT and PET, they want some marks to be fixed.
Yes.
In the written examination.
PMT is measurement. Kindly see, measure candidates of all categories.
It's measurement, but run
is next. Run is the most important. Candidates who have passed PMT will be called for PET, which is also qualifying in nature. The criteria of PET are as follows. Male candidates have to complete 1600 meters run within 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Right.
Female candidates 800 meters within 4 minutes. Third gender such and such. So therefore,
so you have to qualify, and then if you are there in the list, then only you go to the interview stage. Otherwise, you don't.
No. My contention is that till this run, it is merit. It is merit. So though it has not been said in the affidavit that we have chosen to fix the cutoff marks for ensuring that academically meritorious person are taken in as PMT and PET, I would have understood that they are giving credence to academics in constable. That is not the stand, because they know that is not the standard. Standard is these tests, because we are seeing constable recruitment. That is why I have said all the other judgments are in respect of judicial service. But it has been said that even if you fix cutoff marks, you have to give it prior to the written examination so that the candidates know. Here, say for instance, there is a negative marking. Say for instance, there is a cutoff marks. Candidate goes and sits in the examination hall. Now, it will be in the mind of the candidate that since there is cutoff marks, he may or may not attempt a question of respect of which he is not sure. It might have happened that I have attended questions by which I have given a wrong answer and 1.4 has been taken away. Or on the other way also, I could have attended a question. If I had the cutoff marks in mind, then I would have taken a chance of attending a question which, in respect of which I was not sure. But I have left out that question. These are the things which can always go on in the mind of the candidates. That is why the Honorable Supreme Court is of the view that you have to make it, there has to be complete transparency. So that the candidates know prior to entering the examination that what is the goal that they have to achieve. That is Manjusri. So therefore, here my contention would be we have been taken out of the competition at a stage where the competition itself has not begun. The competition will begin after PMT and PET. Till PMT, PET we have to be there. Otherwise, what is the object of keeping the horizontal reservation? It is reservation at the end of the day. And the object is that, I may be repetitive, object is that persons who are there, bigger object is that there are several malware contractual stuffs in the entire police. In fact, the entire lower strata of the police are being run good, bad, indifferent on taking the service of civic volunteers and the others.
And no extra marks for them.
No, they have to run the same run in spite of being in service, in spite of not being able to practice. The fresh candidates are running every day. They have the time to go to the academies to the field and do their practice. Now, in several states, private institutions have come out who are specially giving training to candidates who want to compete in army, in constables. The persons who are already in service, they are serving. They are doing 18 hours duty. They are always engaged. They cannot even go back to their home every day because they have to stay in the barracks. And very bad service conditions, but point is that they knew before coming to this service that these will be the service conditions. I am not going into all that. But point is that this is the basis of keeping the horizontal reservation. Now, my lord, kindly comes to Manjusri and thereafter again to Saurabh Jadhav. If my lord, if Lordship is not with me and Lordship is it is something kindly gives me so that I can at least have the opportunity to.
I will let you know. You place it.
Okay. Now, Manjusri na, Tejpal. My lord, Manjusri has been, my lord, 2025 2 SC, 2000 copy of it. Reported judgment দেখাচ্ছি 2025 2 SC page 1.
This is Tej Prakash. This is not.
This has reiterated, and my lord, because Lordship is there, my lord, Lordship knows. Manjusri was referred, and this is the referred judgment. 5 judges bench, which has again upheld the Manjusri, saying that Manjusri is good law. Kindly comes to তার আগেও একটা জায়গা আমি মার্ক করেছিলাম, তারা হিমানি মালহোত্রা করলো, না kindly comes to the submissions, page 18. I will not trouble your lordship with everything, just the relevant points. Submissions 19.2.
Yes.
Candidates have a right to know before the selection commences the standards to criteria on which they will be assessed, evaluated, so that they could modulate their level of preparedness accordingly. A change in the advertised cutoff marks for eligibility to be placed in the selection list after the game is played may seriously prejudice the candidates on two counts. First, the candidates may not put in effort more than required for achieving the advertised cutoff marks. Secondly, the interviewer or the evaluator may unknowingly place the candidates in a non-eligible category while imagining that he has been placed in eligible category. Thus, change in the eligibility cutoff after evaluation is done denies the evaluator an opportunity to modulate the marks for placing the candidate in the category which she in view of the evaluator is entitled to place. Here they have made a submission one step ahead, not only of the candidate but also of the evaluator. Now kindly comes to paragraph 33 at page 24 and at paragraph 34 where K. Manjusri has been quoted, and from K. Manjusri paragraph 33. We may clarify, starting with the word, we may clarify the prescription of minimum marks for any interview is not illegal. We have no doubt that the authority making rules regulating the selection can prescribe by the rules the minimum marks both for written examination interviews, or prescribe marks for written examination but not for interview, or may not prescribe any marks for the either written examination or interview. Where the rules do not prescribe any procedure, the selection committee may also prescribe the minimum marks as stated thereon. But if the selection committee wants to prescribe minimum marks for interview, it should do so before commencement of the selection process. Here it is for interview. And next line, if the selection committee prescribes minimum marks only for the written examination before the commencement of the selection process, it cannot either during the selection process or after the selection process add an additional requirement that the candidate should secure minimum marks in the interview. Now the concept is this prior to interview. Now paragraph 35. The desirable ratio in K. Manjusri is that the criteria for selection is not to be changed after the completion of the selection process, though in absence of rules to contrary, the selection committee may fix minimum marks either for written examination or for the interview purpose of the selection. But if such minimum marks are fixed, it must be done before commencement of the selection process. Here, admittedly, after. So, misconception, error. In this view, such and such, I am skipping over. Paragraph 43 is the differentiation between K. Manjusri and Marwa, where it was dealt that right to appointment and right to be selected in the select list. May I just place also. What was the distinction made by the Honorable Supreme Court? On the other hand, in K. Manjusri, the eligibility criteria for placement in the selection list was changed after the interview were held, which was a material bearing on the selection. Thus, Subhash Chandra Medwa dealt with the right to be appointed. From the selection list, whereas K. Manjusri dealt with the right to be placed in the selection list. Here we are fighting for our right to be placed in the selection list. Now, kindly comes to paragraph 51. Thus, in our view, the appointing authority, recruiting authority, competent authority, in absence of rules to the contrary, can devise a procedure for selection of a candidate suitable to the post, and while doing so, it may also set benchmarks for different stages of the recruitment process, including written examination and interview. However, if any such benchmark is set, the same should be stipulated before commencement of the recruitment process. But if the extant rules or advertisement inviting the applications empower the competent authority to set benchmarks at different stages of the recruitment process, then such benchmarks may be set at any time before that stage is reached, so that neither the candidate nor the evaluator examiner interviewer is taken by surprise. Here they had the discretion to fix benchmark, that is cutoff marks, but they have not set it before that stage. That stage means, in this case, written examination. So they could have set it, even if they were supposed to set, they could have set it prior to that stage, which they have admittedly not done. So error. Now, next is, may I again cite K. Munjusri, because K. Munjusri has been quoted, not required. That is also copy to Jot Sahib ke din. Tej Prakash. Na Munjusri dorkar neই. Rashi wants a copy of the Munjusri.
If you have, then
Yes, yes.
give.
Kindly give. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, ওটা মার্ক
Or
করা।
in case if you want to place any particular
Same,
paragraph,
same paragraph has
Same.
been quoted,
all right.
and the subsequent inferences, that is, which has been taught to us, that when
Has
the
been taken care of
Yes.
in Tej Prakash.
yes, because that is the interpretation that we rely. এটা করে দেন, নাহলে এদিক ওদিক হয়ে যাবে। Now kindly takes up, হ্যাঁ না না আগে মঞ্জিত 2003-11 SCC 559. By this, I am trying to substantiate that now all of the facts, this I am citing to substantiate that shortlisting can be done, but shortlisting has to be done to bring down the candidates to the ratio in which the recruiting authority is calling the candidates for interview. That is 1:5 in this case. That is, I am trying to substantiate that shortlisting when is required, that when there are several candidates at that relevant point of time, shortlisting. It is not shortlisting, not for elimination or not for qualification. My lord, may I just start from the line, third line, the main question, placidum D.
Which page?
First page, 561.
Yes.
The main question, placidum D from
Mhm.
here, my lord. The main question. Lordship has been.
Yes, yes.
The main question for our consideration in this appeal is to whether it was competent for the Punjab Public Service Commission, for short the commission, to resort to screening test with a view to shortlist the number of candidates to bring it to the ratio of 3:5 candidates per vacancy, and further whether, keeping in view the efficiency required for service in respect of which selection and appointment was to be made, could a written test be held to fix some minimum cutoff where the process of selection was by interview of eligible candidate belonging to reserve category. This is the factual matrix. Kindly comes to next page. There also the numbers have been given as to how many were SC, how many were general. The brief facts of the case are that the advertised number such and such was issued by the commission for requirement of 500 medical officers in PCMS class 1 in all 303 scheduled caste general for short SC candidates applied. The candidates belonging to the other reserve categories like SC, Balmiki and such also applied. The commission scrutinized the applications and notified to hold a screening test on such and such for the categories of the candidate. So far as SC candidates were concerned, out of 303 applications, 279 appeared at SC general candidates, out of which 59 could clear the test. Well, I don't know what is SC general. SC general would be the vertical, I think, not the horizontal. Yes, at that relevant point of time, yes. Balmiki, yes. Balmiki is horizontal, yes. Now, my lord, kindly sees SC general মানে হচ্ছে UR general আমাদের এখানে যেটা। Kindly comes to paragraph 7. Paragraph 7, page 565. Now, adverting to the point of consideration, it may be observed that so far as the power of function of commission in shortlisting of candidates are concerned, there can be certainly no doubt about it. Say, for example, 10,000 candidates apply for recruitment to 100 posts. It would obviously not be possible to take full tests, examination and interview of such large number of applicants, though eligible. In that event, shortlisting of the candidates by screening out those in respect of whom it would serve no purpose to call them to forward a test may be excluded by adopting the method of screening test. This is very important. It has to be remembered in mind. Say, for instance, the candidate we will not be able to take that candidate. Excess, then shortlisting. Here, candidates are being shortlisted at the outset. Generally speaking, a ratio of 3:5 candidates for one post is normally accepted depending upon the number of seats. Here we read this ratio as 1:5. Therefore, for 100 posts of selecting body may, in order of merit, take out about first 500 candidates for further test stroke interview. The rest of the candidates would be screened out. No candidate excluded by adopting such a method of shortlisting can raise any grievance whatsoever. So therefore 1:5 complete, go out. Understood. No grievance, nothing. We wouldn't have also not come. But for such shortlisting as indicated above, it is not necessary to fix any minimum qualifying marks. It is only, say for instance, a recruitment is for 100. You take 1:5, 500 candidates come here, others out. Finish. No marks. Any candidate on the top of the list at number 1 down to 500 would obviously constitute the shortlisted zone of consideration for selection. For the purpose of elaborating it, it may be observed that in case of some cutoff marks are fixed in the name of shortlisting of the candidates and the number of candidates obtaining such minimum marks suppose is less than 100. In that event, screening test itself will amount to a selection by excluding those though possess the prescribed qualification and are eligible for consideration, but they would be out of the field of consideration by reason of not crossing the cutoff marks as may be fixed by the recruitment. Perfectly in our case, which is going. So we have been denied. This would first is you should not keep shortlisting cutoff marks, even if you keep the what will be the consequences. This would be citation. Sorry. 2003-11 SCC 559. State of Punjab, Manjit Singh. This would not be a case of shortlisting. So, cutoff marks will not be shortlisting. In shortlisting, as observed above, any number of candidates required in certain proportion of number of vacancies may be shortlisted in order of merit from serial number 1 to the number of candidates required. In this case, 9,000. So, therefore, they have erroneously proceeded on the basis by keeping a cutoff marks. And first is that they ought not to have resorted to shortlisting because there were several candidates available. And while doing so, they have erroneously done so. Now, again, oh, yes. Paragraph 10. As observed earlier, for the purpose of shortlisting, it would not all be necessary to not at all. Kindly come. Yes. As observed earlier, for the purpose of shortlisting, it would not at all be necessary to provide cutoff marks. Any number of given candidate could be taken out from the top of the list up to the number of candidates required in order of merit. For example, there may be a situation where more than the required number of candidates may obtain marks above the cutoff marks. Say, for example, out of 10,000, if 8,000 or 6,000 candidates obtain 45% marks, then all of them may have to be called for further test and interview, etc. It would, in that event, not serve the purpose of shortlisting by this method to obtain a given ratio of candidates and the vacancy available. Here, they have gone to next step. Say, for instance, if they fix a mark prior to the examination, and more than 1:5 gets that mark. Say for 60,000 they get that mark. For 100, so for that they have to, for 60,000 they have to do the PMT. For 100 vacancies at the most, 500 candidates need to be called. If that is so, any candidate who is otherwise eligible up to 500 position, whatever be the percentage above or below the fixed percentage, would be eligible to be called for further test. Thus, the purpose of shortlisting will be achieved without prescribing any minimum cutoff. That is my point. in the case in hand, it is not for the commission to have fixed any cutoff marks in respect of respective category candidates. The reserve category candidates. The result was eventually been that the candidates otherwise qualified for interview. Here we read it as PMT and PET. Stands rejected on the basis of merit say they do not have the up to the mark merit as prescribed by the commission. The selection was by interview of the, in this case, going into the facts, selection was by interview of the eligible candidate. Is certainly the responsible commission to make the selection for efficient persons such and such. The unsuitable candidates could not be rejected in the selection by interview. It is not the question. Now, my lord, this goes on to, my lord, the general facts. So, contention that I am trying to substantiate is that it was not at all necessary for fixing cutoff. Even if they fix cutoff, they ought to have informed the candidates that this is the cutoff, you have to do this prior to the stage, that is Manjushri. And secondly and thirdly, in view of the fact that they have taken a stand in paragraph L of their opposition that they have done this to implement the horizontal reservation, straight away Saurabh Jadhav will be coming into play. Now again kindly comes to Saurabh Jadhav. না multiply করার দরকার নেই. There are several other judgments, my lord, the on the same point, but the words which has appealed to me, I have shown it to your lordship, my lord. There might be other judgments also on the same line. I don't want, and that is not also. Oh, acha acha, আজকে সকালে মানে my junior insists, my lord, he has found out this line. এটা হচ্ছে 2004-6 কাগজ দে ও আচ্ছা এটাই দিয়ে দেবো. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
page 786.
page 786, page 786, paragraph 28, last line. Yes, this is. This has interpreted Manjit Singh, which I have shown to your lordship, paragraph 28, last line, at page 797. Understanding of the court. Even for the purpose of shortlisting, the commission cannot fix any kind of cutoff marks. Within bracket, State of Punjab, Manjit Singh. That is the understanding of the Honorable Supreme Court of Manjit Singh, which I am trying to substantiate before your lordship. Now, my lord, I would have liked to, my lord, place Saurabh Jadhav in respect of, my lord, the purpose of horizontal reservations and all these things as to why this thing. But, my lord, I don't think I'll be able to.
We still have some time.
Oh, yes, we have time.
23.11.
Yes.
Saurabh Jadhav.
20. No, I have shown your lordship only 23.11, the procedure. Now, would your lordship want to, my lord, go through the procedure again, keeping in view this? I think, lordship, may I just, because every time we read, at least in respect of my client,
Yes.
every time we read in the conspicuous of one particular facts, the interpretation is different.
Yes, absolutely.
This the administrative authorities don't understand. This is only in our judicial forum that we understand all these things. They get agitated if we show things to them. Now, kindly comes to, yes, lordship is there. For the purpose of guidance of state government via such and such. Now, in this case, number of posts, we proceed on the basis of 11,749. Social reservation is the vertical reservation. In our case, it is 55%. Open category, it has been considered 10. If 100 has been considered, then it will be 51. I have calculated it. It comes to 6,461. Scheduled caste will be 2,585. Scheduled tribe will be 705, which is 17 here. Socially educated, such and such. Horizontal reservation is 33%, which has been taken into account in the model case, which has been considered. In this case, it will be 15%. OC, such and such. OC is equal to NVF and Home Guard. 17 post is equal to 960. SC is 360. ST is 120 in our recruitment. These are the figures in our recruitment that I have calculated. First step. This is only because they have said in paragraph L that they have resorted to this procedure for cutoff procedure for effecting horizontal reservation. Now, they should have done this. Draw up the list of at least 100 candidates. Usually list more than 100 candidates prepared so that there is no shortfall of appointees when some candidates do not join after offer. This would be in their case 1:5. Qualified to be selected in order of merit. This list will contain the candidates belonging to all the aforesaid categories. This is the basic merit list. From the aforesaid step 1 list, draw up the list of first 51 candidates to fill up the OC quota, 51, on the basis of merit. This list of 51 candidates may include the candidates belong to SC, ST, SBT. So therefore, first is the vertical reservation.
That is the pool
Yes.
from where we are
Pool
selecting.
is step 1. Second is vertical reservation, constitutional reservation. You take out the SC, you take out such and such. In that, if there are horizontal reservations, then you are not required to do anything. That is step 3. Do a check of horizontal reservation OC quota in the step 2 list of OC category. If there are 17 women, category does not matter. Women quota of 33% is fulfilled. Nothing more to be done. If in merit, NBF, such and such, those horizontal reservations are enough in number, nothing has to be done. Finish, full stop. If there is a shortfall of women, say only 10 women are available in step 2 list of OC category, 7 more women have to be added. The way to do this is to first delete the last 7 male candidates of the step 2 list. Because these last 7 candidates, because 7 is in respect of ratio in this case. So delete first 7 candidates, thereafter go down the list of step 1 list after item number 51 and pick up the first 7 women category. Woman category does not matter. So therefore you have to go through an exercise. You have to bear in mind that I have to fill out the 15% horizontal reservation and thereafter do this exercise. You have to go down in the list, find out those persons who are there, NVF, home guards and all these things, and bring them up. That is the procedure. As soon as 7 such women from the step 1 list are found, they are to be brought up and added to step 2 list to make up for the shortfall of 10 women. Now 33% quota of the women is fulfilled. List of OC category is locked. 7-2 list become final. Now again, if you do not find, move to SC. This is in respect of open category, that is general. Because this entire thing is being considered on the basis of own merit criteria. In this own merit, as in this own merit যেখান থেকে আসলো কনসেপ্টটা, own merit কনসেপ্টটা ফার্স্ট জাজমেন্টটা বলো না, রিজার্ভেশনের জাজমেন্টটা ভুলে যাচ্ছি। In this one, own merit concept. Now, step 4, move to SC from the step 1 list. After item number 51, draw up a list of 12 SC candidates, male or female. These 12 would also include all male SC candidates who got deleted from the step 2 list to make up for the shortfall of women. Why? Because these SC candidates had qualified on own merit. They were deleted to accommodate women. So they were deleted from that particular place and now they will find their place in SC category. Because they are meritorious, they cannot be just thrown away. So therefore, these 12 would also include all male, because here while implementing horizontal, male female has to be taken into account. In this case, in our case, male female is not the point, but in this case, since the horizontal reservation was female, so therefore it is being said like this. The analogy has to be applied. These 12 would also include all male SC candidates who got deleted from the step 2 list to make up for the shortfall of women. Do a check for horizontal reservation in step 4 list of SC. If there are 4 SC women, the quota of 33% is complete. Nothing more is to be done. If there is a shortfall of SC women, say only 2 women are available, 2 more women have to be added. The way to do is to first delete the last two male candidates of the step 4 list and then go down to the step 1 list after item number 51 and pick the first two SC women. As soon as such SC women in step 1 list are found, they are to be brought up and added to the step 4 list of SC to make up for the shortfall of SC women. Now 33% quota of SC women is fulfilled. List of SC is to be locked. Step 4 list become final. If two SC women cannot be found till the last number in step 1 list, these two vacancies are to be filled up by SC men. So therefore you have to do the exercise and thereafter convert the vacancies. In this case, kindly see, keeping this open, paragraph K. They have proceeded on the basis that if you do not find, convert. K. It was clearly informed under column 3E of the information to the applicants that a reservation of vacancies under the exempted category such and such and sports quota will be horizontal in nature. In case of non-availability of suitable candidates under those horizontal categories, the said vacancies shall be filled up by non-exempted such and such. Petitioners did not object. So contention, their understanding is that if at the first stage, if I do not get, I can convert, which is erroneous. If at all conversion has to be done, it has to be done at this stage, after you have done this exercise. So that is why I have shown Saurabh Jadhav. Their contention, that is the misconception. Because why I am saying so, I do not blame them. Basically, point is that I am doing this recruitment in respect of constables from 2016. Na tar ageo ache.
And if you think the constables do not have this brain to handle this, then what is going to happen?
Handle
Why?
which? Handle this.
Yes, this issue. The constables
We
also.
didn't have the brain. So therefore it was never argued. And at that relevant point of time, in all our life, there was a thing called SAT, where first day is nothing, second day is reply, 2-3 extension for second days, even the 2016 selection process is ad of today pending. Same argument, same clients, not same clients, the clients were the persons who were in NVF and all these things. They have lost interest, don't call me anymore. In respect of those matters, I had moved the Honorable Division Bench. The Division Bench presided over by the Honorable Justice Dipankar Datta was of the view that they should publish the merit list. On that day, the order was passed and it was also observed, since the Learned Advocate General had prayed for time, that next time, this, in view of the fact that that was a Friday and the determination was changing on Monday, the Learned Advocate General had prayed for time. The Honorable Division Bench has observed. I have that order. That we were minded to give this order, but subsequently time has been prayed, so therefore it is being adjourned. In the subsequent stages, order has been passed by the subsequent division bench that it will abide by the result, and that abiding as of today is continuing. Matters are pending before the SAT, nothing. Fact that we are being able to make these submissions is because of the fact that there is no SAT. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to make, and we wouldn't have been able to reach this stage, because there wouldn't have been any directions for publication of the list itself. For publication of the list, we would have fought 5 years. And thereafter, after 5 years, if we come to say, it is merely academic. So therefore, nothing to be done. Now, the point that I was trying to make is that they have erroneously proceeded on the basis, and they have done so. That is the contention. All the posts which were there for horizontal category, otherwise this proportion would not have come. Page 123, the seats reserved for UR was 1200, candidates in the list are 7127. So therefore they have converted. But conversion ought to have been done after this exercise, which they have very conveniently bypassed. But I will be placing 1 or 2 paragraphs in the next date, my lord, of Saurabh Jadhav, and I will conclude. There are other matters. I think Mr. Shamim is appearing. He will also, my lord, make submissions. My lord, kindly gives me opportunity to that effect.
Senior counsel representing the petitioners, এটা কিন্তু চন্দন ধারাতে হচ্ছে 8 বইটা ফেরত দিন।
এটা একটা প্রিন্ট আউট
Continuous argument. A list for further argument next Friday. 7th. Next Friday. Let him continue. Then let us see how our position is. Then next week we can always see. But then since we are continuing, let
In
it
fact, I
continue.
will finish on the next date.
Yes,
He
that's
might be
good.
called upon.
Very well.
Yes,
you-
Lordship may remembers, he will.
Then
tap
we
on.
can adjourn it for
Yes,
the
yes,
next
for
week
him.
so that
Yes,
he can start on the next day.
yes, yes.
The Lordship for item number 12, they file the affidavit in opposition.
Keep it with you. When it is called, you exchange it. You exchange it. But today, then it is all right. Today, order is passed only in respect of Chandon Dhara. All right. But the argument will be the same. So please remain present and take down notes.
না না 14 বোধহয়, এটা 14 বোধহয়।
ছেড়ে দে, বিল করেনি আবার মেনে নিয়েছে।
Item 13, who's there for the state? Where is your affidavit? Did you circulate?
মেনে নিয়েছে, don't show us. আবার কি?
Keep it with you. Do not file it, but then circulate. All right. 13 is served. 12 is yours. Affidavit ready? Circulated? All right. 14 affidavit. Who's there in 14? 14 affidavit. Whoever is there, please tell to circulate the affidavit in 14, 15, 16 and 17.
16, 17 status circulated.
Which one? 14?
16, 17.
Circulated.
Yes, sir.
Yes, circulation has been done. It is said. Please check up. Please check up. 14, nobody I find. 14, circulated. Keep the originals with you. When it will be taken up, then we'll file it.
Oh, my lord.
7 same. 8 নম্বরটাকেই আমরা শুনছি। ঠিক আছে?
Yes, I got it.
হ্যাঁ, all will be together more or less. শুধু 8এরটাতেই অর্ডার হবে।
Deep.